A champion pushes to the point of exhaustion when nobody else is looking. It's not about who you are, it's about who you can become. I am Meg Wilson, and I am ready for the new season.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for watching part 2 of our GNAC basketball doubleheader here on Client TV. I'm Howard Samura from VarsityLetters.ca, coming to you live from atop Burnaby Mountain on a Thursday evening, the second to last home dates and regular season games for the Simon Fraser Clan basketball teams. We just watched the men fall to St. Martin's. The women will look to kick off their final weekend of the regular season with a win against the visiting Alaska Nanooks before facing the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves, undefeated heading into GNAC play tonight down in Bellingham against Western Washington, and that game against Anchorage on Saturday night. We'll have more on the visitors in a moment. Right now, a quick recap of Simon Fraser's 2 games last week. Last Tuesday, a rare Tuesday game, the Clan traveling to Bellingham to take on those Vikings, 17th ranked out of Western Washington. Despite the strong performance from a number of Clan players, the Vikes engineer a come from behind 71-65 win. In that game, Simon Fraser having no luck from the outside. They're 2 of 19 from three-point range, so they went to work in the paint, and Sophie Swanton and Taylor Jackson both finishing the game with 13 points. Rachel Fradgley, 6 of 12 shooting, finishes with 12, and Meg Wilson with 11. Ellen Kett had 6 rebounds for SFU, tallied 11 assists in 38 minutes of action. And of course, that a precursor to Saturday's game where Kett rewrote the GNAC record book. 14 points and a record 20 assists, no typos there, as the Clan picked up an 87-65 win over host Montana State Billings. The Yellow Jackets falling victim to 20 assists from Ellen Kett. What a performance, the dominant performance, the most prolific passing night in the GNAC in a recent memory. The previous mark of 16, a record there set by Central Washington's Allie Schmidt in 2012, and Ellen Kett going right by that record. The assist total, the most posted by any D2 player in a single game since 1997, puts her in a tie for 4th place in NCAA history since 1989. So Kett entering the game with 214 assists, a single season record in the GNAC, her 644 career assists, also putting her in 2nd place in the conference history books. It goes without saying that Kett couldn't have set that record without her teammates, who did an outstanding job as finishers. Meg Wilson with 19 points on 8 of 9 shooting. Rachel Fradgley did not miss in 6 attempts for 12 points. And Elisa Homer, 11 points, including 3 of 6 from downtown. Taylor Jackson, 10 points as well. And so great contributions from the targets of Ellen Kett in that basketball game. Kett on the way to 20 assists in that contest. So with the split, the Clan now 23-5 overall, and this season 14-4 in the GNAC. The Clan ladies will look to add to the win total tonight against the Nanooks, led by head coach Cody Bench. Alaska last week picking up 2 big wins against Seattle Pacific and St. Martin's. So some solid play there for the Nanooks, who improved to 13-2 overall this season, 9-9 in the GNAC. As we take a look at the standings, Alaska Anchorage and Western Washington and Simon Fraser have secured their spots in the upcoming GNAC championships. They're locked in those top 3 spots. The Nanooks are in control of their own destiny, so there's no doubt they're going to do everything they can to walk out of the West Gym with a W tonight. Keep your eyes on Jordan Wilson and Kaylee Schold from that Fairbanks roster. It should be a good one. A horn's going to sound right now, and we're going to take a break for anthems. Clan TV with Howard Samura back at the player introductions. We'll take a brief exit and enjoy the anthems, and we'll be back for those player introductions in just a moment.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's game between the visiting University of Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks and your Simon Fraser University player. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time meet tonight's starting lineup, beginning with the Alaska Nanooks. Starting this evening, number 1, Victoria Milton. Number 12, Jamie Mays. Number 23, Jordan Wilson. Number 24, Autumn Childers. And number 32, Kaylee Joel. The coaching staff for the Alaska Nanooks, head coach, Cody Management, assistant coach, Brett Sawyer. And now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's starting lineup for your SFU choir. Starting in the guard, sitting 5'10", a junior from North Vancouver, BC, number 4, Lisa Holder. Starting in the guard, standing 5'7", a senior from Melbourne, Australia, number 5, Ellen Kett. Starting forward, standing 6'2", a junior from London, Ontario, number 11, Rachel Bradley. Starting forward, standing 6'1", a senior from London, Ontario, number 15, May Wilson. Starting forward, standing 5'11", a freshman from Port Coquitlam, number 32, Ozzy Longo. The coaching staff for your SFU plan.
Here at the West, Jim Howard, Samura, and getting set for our second game of the night here. GNAC women's basketball, Alaska Fairbanks, wearing their road blues, set to face the Simon Fraser clan, wearing the home whites as the clan ladies throwing those souvenir balls into the stands to start this contest off and get to those Alaska starters. Kaylee Scholl, the 5'11" senior, is going to jump the ball for Simon Fraser. Autumn Childers, Jordan Wilson, Jaylee Mays, and Victoria Milton, the rest of the lineup for this 9-9 Fairbanks team, as they set to face the 14-4 Simon Fraser University clan. Ozzy Nabucco, the freshman from Port Coquitlam, set to take the opening jump, and we are underway here at the West Gym. Ellen Kett with the basketball. Ellen Kett from Australia, her large family in the stands today, and we'll be getting a look at them later in the broadcast, but great to have her support from down under as they go to Rachel Fradley underneath. And Fraj quickly, in the first 15 seconds of this game, puts the clan ahead 2-0. Milton skipped down. That's Kaylee Scholl. Great job by Fradley at both ends of the floor. She opens the scoring, she gets a stop. And Clan now with the basketball again. Here's Fradley. Meg Wilson, a bit of a hesitation dribble, handing as he turns the corner. Kett quickly to Nabucco, who had an opportunity to shoot. What a quick move to the basket, but can't score it. And it stays 2-0 here in the opening minute of play. Watch Jordan Wilson, 23, prolific scorer out of Henderson, Colorado. Ellen Kett helping up Victoria Milton as she crashes to the floor, the Lansing, Michigan senior guard. So Kett's going to pick up a foul here in the early going. 2-0 for Fairbanks with the basketball. Inbounds quickly to Jaylee Mays. Mays with a jumper there, in and out of the cylinder, and a rebound by Fradley underneath. So Rachel influential early here for the Simon Fraser clan. Kett to Wilson. Nabucco had a great look at the basket, and here's Homer putting up that smooth three, and it's off the mark for Elisa. Tipped out of bounds, it will go to Alaska Fairbanks. And we should say simply known as Alaska these days, the Nanooks. It's going to be hard to shake that tag as you look at the standings there. Simon Fraser, the third place team in this conference, locked it up. Alaska Fairbanks, still a ton to play for you. Victoria Milton now. Mays back up on top to Scholl. And here is Wilson. Shot clock's down to 5, and Wilson, a scoring threat, doesn't make a move to score the basketball. Milton's going to hoist a 3 at the shot clock buzzer. Good if it goes, it doesn't, and Wilson with a rebound there. Wilson now again at the other end of the floor for Simon Fraser, still unable to score the basketball, and Wilson unable to make it work there. Here's Milton, long pass down court to go to Schold. Hesitation against Fradgley. They'll kick it on the baseline to Wilson, and there's Jordan Wilson with her first shot of the game. Can't find the bottom of the basket. Kent's great pass, Nabucco, big jump to get it, but hands in the way there from Autumn Childers to get in the way. Schold will pull up and will not get the roll. These teams struggling offensively, but especially the Clan in the first 3 minutes of play. 2-0 is our score. And Fairbanks, as we mentioned, coming in with that 9-9 record. Mays back up on top now to Schold. Drive by Wilson, kick back up on top. Childers with a jumper, and she'll knock that down. Autumn Childers, the Arizona native. So 2-2 the score now. Ellen Kett trying to make something happen, not there, so she does a bit of improvisation on the baseline to score it. So Ellen Kett puts the Clan up 4-2. Nabucco with a slap away, but Childers recovers. Milton now with the basketball. In the half court, Fairbanks. Schold to Childers, into Wilson. Turnaround, the two Wilsons are matched against each other, and Fairbanks finding a way now to tie the game. We're 4 minutes into the game. Low scoring affair here from the West Gym. Simon Fraser. Turnaround shot's not going to go for Fradgley. She's boxed out and can't get the rebound. And finally going down the floor quickly is Milton. Giving up the ball. Play real sloppy here in the early going. Homer back to Kent, who wasn't looking, but she recovers. Ellen with a drive off the window, can't get the finish. And Milton back down the floor. Wilson with the basketball, back up on top. And Milton now. Almost at the midway mark of the quarter, and still just a 4-4 game until Alaska. Childers with the basket there for Fairbanks. 6-4 is the score here. There are just not a lot of fireworks happening on the floor here for Simon Fraser. Kent wants to change that. She puts up the three off the front of the iron, and a big rebound is gobbled up there by Jaylee Mays. Mays will kick it up to Milton. They'll work the ball around the horn to Childers. And Wilson with the elbow jumper is going to knock it down. Jordan Wilson. She's the 5'11 senior out of Henderson, Colorado, the leading scorer on this team. And a nice shot there, making it 8-4. The Clan flat. Major subs are going to come in for both teams, I think, here. You know, when Bruce Langford brings in three players, he wants to shake things up here. So Taylor Jackson, number 12, Sophie Swant as well, coming into the game, and Taylor Drynan as well, but there is a timeout on the floor. We'll take a short break here from the West Gym and be back with more on Clan TV in just a moment.
Fear can either drive us back or push us forward to play harder and stronger. To uncover your true potential, you must first find your own limits and then have the courage to blow past them. I am Cruz Velasquez, and I am ready for the new season.
Champions are made from something deep inside. A desire, a dream, a vision. Anything is possible if you are determined, dedicated, and if you believe in yourself. I am Lauren Swistak, and I am ready for the new season.
And welcome back to the West Gym here, Burnaby Mountain. It's Howard Smurl on Clan TV, joined after a bit of an absence, but glad to have him back here on our broadcast. Is Zahid Bali Hassam, our analyst. Zahid, can you hear me okay?
We'll turn it up a little bit. If you could, it would be great. But yeah, no, I'm excited to be back on the air. It's been a while, and I've been sitting by you through these games, but haven't been on the microphone of late.
Well, good to have you back here, and I hope you can hear me. We've got you turned up about as loud as we can here courtside, so hopefully you'll be able to converse with us here as Taylor Drynan in the game now, looking for Taylor Jackson on the other end of the floor. That goes out of bounds. It's been a bit of a sloppy start here for the Clan.
It has, definitely. A very stagnant start, if you will. 6 minutes in the game, we have a total of 12 points combined is not what we're used to seeing up here. So.
Well, here's Drynan and Elisa Homer. They want to change that. Nabucco back to the Gonzaga Prep rookie, Taylor Drynan, and again to Taylor Jackson and out of bounds. So Simon Fraser spinning their wheels here in the first quarter of play.
Yeah, neither team shooting particularly well. Clan 2 of 9 to start, and Alaska 4 of 10.
Jordan Wilson with a jumper there, can't get it. Jackson goes up for the rebound. And the foul's going to get called against Fairbanks' Sani Salonen, the Finnish native, transferred to Carl Albert State College. Taylor Jackson's been in the midst of really improving her game over the past few games. And that time getting the rebound there. Drynan now running the point here for the Clan. Jackson cross-court pass. Drynan now the rookie. Homer, she'll go to Swan. Thought she was going to work off the Sophie screen there, but instead down to Taylor. Off the window, and Jackson scores it. Taylor Jackson has been hitting double figures quite regularly on offense in the last couple of games, so nice to see her finding her groove here at the end of the season. Fairbanks now with Wilson. Go back to Lexi Carpenter as well, number 22. Jimenez now. We're going to call 3 in the key, I believe, in the turnover there. We'll give the ball back to Simon Fraser. This is not a typical Simon Fraser Clan women's game as we go to the Clan TV replay. Great entry down from Sophie down to Taylor Jackson for the lay-in there.
And Coach Langford got his bit of his second unit in early in this game, trying to see if he can get a spark off the bench here early to get things going here for the Clan.
Yeah, he's got Rachel Fradgley, Ellen Kett, and company all cooling their heels on the bench right now, watching the depth of this Clan bench in the game right now. And everybody plays a role here to 10 deep, but these players are not normally in this early in the game. Here's Jackson, the kick out to Swan. Sophie's going to put up the 3 ball. Doesn't miss by much, and are they going to get it back? They're not. Gobbled up by the Nanooks. Skip it down low underneath the shot wide by Walmsley. Both teams playing a lot of bench players in this game right now. Swant was going up for a pass in traffic there. Couldn't squeeze it. Tia Sang and Vanessa G checking into the game, number 1 and number 2 at the same time. Elisa Homer, Josie Nabucco set to come out of the game now.
And, Coach Langford, not often you're going to see these two come in at this juncture in the game, but obviously looking for some kind of spark somewhere, and hopefully can get it here.
Look at the turnaround move from Swan back to the basket. Looked like a polished post player there.
That was a nice move there. It's a great piece that you had on Swan here. And
from your old school?
Absolutely. Argyle Piper alumni right here.
The Piper Nation strong today. Underneath the basket, the whistle will blow. 8-8 is our score here, 1:32 left. And let's just hope this is not going to be Simon Fraser's signature of their play the entire game. They need to break out of their doldrums here. Milton, the starting point guard, now back into the game for Fairbanks. They go to Mays, back up to Milton. Schold right to the window, and Kaylee Schold with a great move to the basket, second leading scorer on this team.
Yeah, that was a really nice move, and she's someone who can definitely attack the basket and score, and that's her second bucket of the game.
One of the players off the top to watch here, along with Wilson, the two top guns on this Alaska Fairbanks team. Here's Tia Sang, cross-court pass to Taylor Drynan, cut off, so she'll go to G, and the shot off the window doesn't go. Taylor Jackson fights for a rebound. Great job there. Drynan back to G, and they'll enter it to Swant. Swant again on the turnaround is going to go off the window again. So Sophie Swant ties it at 10. Simon Fraser and Alaska battling here. Our second game of the night of the doubleheader here on Clan TV. Milton, Swant going over to check her and is going to get called for the foul. Victoria Milton, a strong physical force with the basketball. As we take a look on Clan TV. That turnaround shot, I think everybody should be using that kind of a shot, see, because you can't really block it, and it's it's old school, but it works.
Absolutely.
Milton will make the first. 22 seconds left. Sam Beauchamp into the game now at a Holy Cross for Taylor Jackson, who had a productive few minutes on the floor.
And Coach Langford here has used 10 players in this first quarter.
Well, he's trying to make a statement right now, and we'll see what happens here as things progress. 12-10 with 17 seconds left. The Clan trail by 2. Tia Sang up top to Taylor Drynan. Spokane rookie to Sang, back to Sam Beauchamp, down to 5 seconds, and Taylor's got the ball. Great patience to Sam, going to the basket for the lay-in at the buzzer. And look at the big smile on Taylor Drynan's face. A great play, poised from the rookie to hang with it and find Sam Beauchamp cutting to the basket for the lay-in. 12-12 our score after the first quarter of play.
I think, you got to wonder if the Clan are kind of looking forward to Saturday here, and they got to really stay focused on the task at hand, because if they're not focused here, this could be a tough one for them here, and they really need to focus on today and not think about what's coming up. Obviously, it's a game that's circled on the calendar. Definitely, want to end the season, seniors night, pink game. Top second-ranked team in the nation, and yeah.
Well, you're right about that, Z. I mean, it could ruin Saturday if you don't keep your focus in. And I was talking to Sophie Swan for that story I wrote, and she talked clearly about that, how important it was that they were really focused on Fairbanks today and how dangerous their Fairbanks team could be in transition. So we'll see how this thing goes here. Simon Fraser locked at 12 after the first quarter of play here from the West Gym. And the numbers: Simon Fraser 6 of 15, shooting 40% from the field. They're 0 of 4 from beyond the arc in that opening quarter. Fairbanks shooting 39%, 5 of 13. But as Z mentions, 10 different Clan players seeing the pine in that opening quarter of play. Simon Fraser falling behind by a couple of baskets to start. Coach Langford pulled basically his starting group out of the game.
And you got to keep in mind that just looking at the schedules here, the Clan only won by 2 up there at Fairbanks earlier this season, so it's not a team that they easily put away on the road. And
you can bet Fairbanks, or the Nanooks, we should say, remember that, know how close it was, and will be out for a bit of revenge here, and they are clearly in the upper half of the GNAC standings. Top 6 teams qualifying for the playoffs, in Alaska right in the heart of it. Ellen Kett with the basketball to Meg Wilson. Clan Stars really quiet offensively, obviously, in that opening half of play with only quarter with only 12 points. Knocked down the shot, Vanessa G. So Vanessa G, wide open shot. You got to hit those, and she does. Here's a jumper from Fairbanks, and they're going to swish that shot. That's number 22, Lexi Carpenter.
Yeah, with the answer there on the back-to-back threes, and we're knotted up at 15.
So knotted at 15, and G's 3, as Z says, answered at the other end by Carpenter. G again with the basketball. Meg Wilson quiet in this game offensively, and she's a solid double-digit scorer for this team. Here's Ket putting up the 3 ball. She'll knock it down. Ellen Ket with the 3 ball. So a big shot there and an 18-15 lead for Simon Fraser. They hope that's the start of some big things to come, but they want to get a stop here. Wilson to Milton. Cutting to the basket. Tough shot off the window, tough angle there, but Autumn Childers makes it fall. And 18-17 for Simon Fraser. Ozzy at the other end of the floor gets called for the travel. The excitement of the rookie catching up to her. About the only thing that can catch up to her.
Yeah, and Ellen Ket's another player that we're going to keep an eye on here. Obviously coming off that outstanding performance on her 20 assists, set the GNAC record and 4 shy of the NCAA Division II record, so an outstanding performance from her.
Incredible. You're right about that. See, there's a rebound from Beauchamp. And here she is, Ellen Ket. G back up top to Ellen. Great dish underneath to Ozzy, but she gets cut off quickly. Here's G on the baseline. Vanessa driving, kicking back out. 7 on the shot clock for Ket off the front of the iron with the triple. Beauchamp with a great job to chase down the loose ball. Ellen with the left hand is going to score it. 20-17, and the Ket family applauding. They're all here from Melbourne watching the game today. Great job there by the Nanooks as Kaylee Schold drives in and keeps it close here. 20-19 our score.
And Ket's doing a really good job. If she's not dishing it off, she's doing a good job of attacking. She's leading all scorers with 7 points early here, but definitely someone that is aware of what's going on overall and knows her role, whether she's going to be the one who's going to distribute the ball, if she needs to step in and help out with the scoring duties there.
You're absolutely right. Ellen Ket can score the basketball as well as anybody on this team. She's known for the assists as we look on the replay screen here. As Ket goes off the window. Back to live action now in the Nanooks offensive end. A miss there and a tough break there for Schold. She knew she should have had that one. Ket's right back down the floor finding Wilson. So Wilson and Fragile really not getting going here offensively. So, with those two not really having much floor time or much offensive punch, Z, it's 1 point game.
So we had a couple late subs come to the table, but referee had stopped play.
Vanessa G and Ozzy Nabucco out of the game. Coming into the game, Sophie Swant and I believe it was Rachel Fragile coming into the game now for Simon Fraser. More back to their starting group now, with Swant also in there. Skip it down low and some great denial defense being played in the post. The loose ball is on the floor though, and the Nanooks are able to grab it. They get a short little baseline jumper. They'll knock that one down with Autumn Childers.
Yeah, both teams, going toe-to-toe here, both shooting identical, 9 of 19. The Clan have the extra, the Nanooks have the extra 3 to make it up by 1, but both teams shooting 47.5% here.
And that was Homer that put up the 3 ball well off the mark for Simon Fraser. So Alaska with a 1 point lead, looking to gain some traction here. And the jumper from Jimenez is going to fall through. Gabriela Jimenez knocks down the triple, and look at this, 24-20 for Fairbanks. Swant wants the answer, and she doesn't get it. Wilson bats it away, but it's going to go to the Nanooks.
I think Coach Langford, could use a timeout at this point just to pause the game here. We're going to have a media timeout in the next 50 seconds, but if not, we need to kind of get regroup here.
Fairbanks in the half court now. Approaching the midway mark of the second quarter, 5:36 remaining to the half. They'll kick it, and a great fake there, squaring up for the jump shot, in and out, doesn't fall for Lexi Carpenter. And Ket working the break as she crosses half court for Simon Fraser. Ket sees the lane, dishes underneath to Fragile, and what a great move. And that's what Ellen Ket's all about in the GNAC, the best there is in the conference. Clan trailing by 2. Fairbanks with the basketball, and Jimenez now. That's a skip down to the leading scorer, Jordan Wilson. Of course, Swant draws that assignment. She reaches in and tries to bat it away from Childers. And if we take a look at this dish off the skip by Ket to Fradley, and a timeout here on the floor.
Yeah, and see if we can get a look. As you mentioned, Ellen's family is in attendance here, and we're hoping to get to meet them after the game and say hello. And nice of them to leave summer in Australia and come to Canada in this this weather.
Yeah, they are all here, and I don't know if we're going to get a camera on the Ket family. We apparently are not doing that now. We jumped the queue. As producer engineer Gabe Lynn is efforting to do that, I think, in the next media timeout. 5 minutes left here in the first half of play, Z. And boy, it hasn't been Simon Fraser basketball, Simon Fraser tempo.
Not at all.
You got to credit Fairbanks, though.
Yeah, you do. I mean, full credit to them. It's not a situation where it's the Clan. It's the Fairbanks. They're playing a heck of a game here and going toe-to-toe. I mean, they've had an answer for everything that SFU's done, and they have a 2-point lead here. And like I said before, there's only a 2-point game up there, so they're a team that, deceiving record. They may be a team that's just, SFU has a problem matching up with. Every team has their strengths, and teams match up differently. And, regardless of their records, it's all about the matchups that you have on the floor.
Oh, we'll see if Simon Fraser can break free and gain some separation here with 4:51 remaining to the break. Meg Wilson to Sophie Swant. Here's Ket driving. She's got a clear lane to the basket. She'll take it. Ellen lays it up and in the tie the game at 24. Swant is getting some extended minutes on the floor here as a key defensive presence against Alaska Anchorage. They're going to enter to the post, kick back out to Victoria Milton. She'll back it up. 9 on the shot clock here. She calls for the screen. They rub off Ket, but Swant is out there guarding. A bit of indecision, but they put up a jumper that is going to take the nice roll and fall for Marion Walmsley.
Yeah, and Coach Langford just cool, calm, and collected over there, trusting his troops, and he's just waiting. It seems like he's just waiting for things to come together.
Well, they are starting there. If she gets hot, it's more typical of Simon Fraser. Meg Wilson with a score on the baseline very quickly, and there's Ket, and she will draw the charge, and the crowd picks up, and that is so calculated. I love it that Ellen Ket is able to get down there, draw that charge, Z, and she brings her team off the floor after they get a basket at the other end.
Absolutely, it's great. She had an assist on that basket by Wilson, and then just great defensive position, able to take the charge, which we've seen her do many times this season, and she is definitely skilled at taking those charges. And Coach Langford takes pride in that his player is able to do that, because he came over and gave us a nice smile after that.
Well, if you're watching Down Under, I'll tell you, we are going to miss Ellen Ket and the Ellen Ket Appreciation Society here at the West Gym for the brand of basketball she's played throughout her Clan career. What a player number 5 has been. Here's a drive by Ket. They'll kick it back out. Swamp for 3, and Sophie off the mark there. Jackson with a nice tip to Ket. Ellen recovers, finds Sophie. Another 3-ball. Ket will run. Oh, I thought that one was going down.
Another offensive rebound, though, and the Clan will recycle the shot clock here.
Off of Tia Sang's recycle. Here's Ket. Great dish underneath. But Jackson denies it underneath. It's denied underneath. So some great hustle doesn't yield a basket. We'll keep this game locked at 26.
Yeah, the Clan are at 2 offensive rebounds to keep that possession alive.
They did indeed. Had a couple, you're right. Long possession for Simon Fraser, and they come away with no points. And when you do that, you certainly want to come back with a nice defensive assignment on the other end of the floor.
And Ket doing everything in her power on that last possession there to find someone. She had great passes, but unfortunately couldn't finish underneath with the bigs.
Alexi Carpenter took a pop in the nose and was checking for blood there and quickly ran to the sidelines. And I think she's going to need some attention there on the sidelines, as I didn't get a chance to see who subbed in, but they do have a sub on the floor, obviously. Here's Ket. Wide angle off the window, doesn't go. Jackson tried to get the rebound, couldn't get it over top of Schold.
Looks like Childers has come in. There.
And they're going to call it again. Kent does it back-to-back, Z. She's putting her body on the line here, 26-26. 2:31 from the break.
Yeah, and she's just, man, I just can't say enough about her defensively. And, you know, just a do-it-all player. Look at that.
You can see it on our Clan TV replay. Great job by our camera people here in the West Gym. And Kent has done a terrific job here for Simon Fraser to take a handoff from Taylor. Cross-court Meg for three. Wilson off the back of the iron. Big rebound gets Milton in transition quickly. The jumper for three from the baseline corner right into the arms of Swant. And it looks like Sophie was Sophie fouled there?
I think, Coach Langford called a timeout.
A timeout, sorry. So a timeout on the floor, and exciting, or the tempo starting to pick up, but we're already 2 minutes to the half, and a real low-scoring game here on Clan TV. And of course, we've been talking about senior night, about the pink game Saturday night, the senior night for both the Clan men's and women's basketball teams. You join us in the West Gym, beginning with the women's game at 5:15 and the men's game at 7:30, as we celebrate and honor the seniors who will be playing in their final home game of their careers here at the West Gym. Saturday, also the women's basketball team's annual pink game. So be sure to wear pink, and we hope you'll join us in raising money for breast cancer research. Back to live action here from the West Gym. Howard Samura, Zahid Valihassam on Clan TV. Here's Meg Wilson powering over half court. Dish is underneath like a guard to Taylor Jackson, but Jackson can't squeeze it. And a misadventure there going the length of the court.
And 6 turnovers here for the Clan. You know, we're not a team that turns it over too much, but six turnovers, and we're not even for half here. They need to do a better job of squeezing those.
Swant does a good job positionally in the paint against Jordan Wilson. Not an easy guard here, and Swant's getting her minutes today because she is being matched up against the top player offensively on the Fairbanks team. Here's Drynan back up top to Wilson. Taylor flashing there for the ball. She gets it. A turnaround effort. Up and under, and Taylor Jackson lays it up and in.
That was a nice move for her.
Aaron Martin, SFU SID Sports Information Assistant, letting us know that we will endeavor to get Taylor Jackson as our halftime guest. We'll ask her about the comfort level she's feeling with this Clan offense. Taylor very active in this half. The cry from Bruce Langford, the head coach, let's play some D. We'll take a look at this replay on Clan TV. Great move by Taylor Jackson. Those post moves shining through, of course, the transfer from UC Irvine and the star at Brookswood Secondary School in Langley. Drive to the basket. Schold looking for an outlet. Jackson does a great job positionally, and a great tip there from Meg Wilson. So the Clan locking it in here defensively on the heat of their coach, but there's only 40.6 seconds left in the half. There's a whole script to be written here in the second half.
Absolutely. Like, they're going to have a pretty intense halftime, I'd imagine, and Coach Langford's really going to try and fire up the troops and come out strong in the third quarter, because this is not how SFU plays, and you know, he's calm and cool as he always is, but at some point he's got to light a bit of a fire under them to get them going here. This is uncharacteristic of this Clan team, especially at home. They've been away four straight road games. They're coming back at home. I mean, this is their home court, and they should feel comfortable here, and it doesn't look like they're playing with that level of comfort right now.
Yeah, it doesn't. You're right, Z. 3-1 on that road trip, so a nice foray out there. The only loss coming at the hands of Western Washington. But Simon Fraser here, you're right. Someone's got to take real ownership of the team other than Ellen Kett, who's been terrific here in the first half of play. Ooh, and they'll blow the whistle and turn it over on the inbounds. Taylor Drynan. So Meg Wilson will inbound now. It's a Clan basketball, 40.6 seconds left. Quickly to Sophie Swant. Swant swinging it. Meg with the basketball. Oh, and that rocket pass goes right to Tia Sang, and Sang, the rookie, almost knocks it down. Swant with a recycle. Drynan for three. Bingo! Taylor Drynan. Clan want to get a stop at the other end, though, with that 31-26 lead. A three-ball hoisted. A battle for the ball there, and that is what Sophie Swant is all about, on the ground, battling for that basketball.
I don't think the Clan recognized there, but they actually had a one-shot situation down there with no shot clock on, but Drynan hit the three. Luckily, or else Coach Langford might have had some different words for her as he was trying to yell and notify them that they had a situation.
Here comes Kat sprinting, trying to get into the game, but they're going to rule she's too late to get in. Driving to the basket now, Schold up and under against Nabucco, can't do it. Swant with a rebound quickly. Half a second left as Tia puts up the shot. It's not going to go, and that's our halftime score, 31-26. Simon Fraser getting a bit smoother at the end, but still a battle. And we're hoping to get Taylor Jackson set to join us here, and we'll bring Taylor in and welcome Taylor Jackson to the broadcast. How are you, Taylor?
Good, how are you?
Good. I want to get a feel from you of what it's like with your team in the first half. Alaska is really playing tough.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we need a little bit more energy out there. We're a little bit lethargic, straight-legged. I think we have little spurts where we seem to play like us, but we're not really seeming to get into our group. I think we did a little bit better job towards the second half of the second quarter. I think we need to just keep working hard, stay out of our heads, play like we've practiced, right? We practice hard, we play hard, we're ready for this. This is the peak of our season. We need to showcase that in our play, and I think that the second half we definitely need to show up with our guns loaded and be ready to kick some serious butt.
Okay, Taylor, thank you so much. That's a great way to put it. We appreciate it. All the best in the second half. Okay, Taylor Jackson, our guest on Clan TV at the half. And Taylor's just a great basketball soul, and of course I've known her for years in those great years at Brookswood Secondary. We'll take a short break here from the West Gym. Be back with more closer to the start of the second half. 31-26, Simon Fraser with the lead over Alaska.
It's not the will to win that matters the most. It's the will to prepare to win that matters. Expect the unexpected, and you'll never be thrown off your game. I am Taylor Lundgren, and I am ready for the new season.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
A true champion puts every ounce of sweat and effort into the goal. Find your passion, become one with it, and great things will happen. I am Kevin Vigna, and I am ready for the new season.
I never really wanted to come here. It was more like a chore for me to be here. My first year was a lot of, I have to go to practice, I have to go on this road trip, I have to go and play basketball. But I think there was a switch that just went off in my head after first year that was just like, I get this amazing experience, I get to live in a different country, I get to meet so many new, great, fabulous people. So I think that was it.
That was the beginning of Ellen Kett's career with the SFU women's basketball program. Not the most ideal way to start, but over the years, she has developed and become one of the most elite point guards to ever wear a Clan uniform. This season, as a senior, her leadership on and off the court is key to helping her team deliver the best finish SFU has had since joining the NCAA.
It's like we're just very supportive of each other. Like everyone's gotten to know each other. I know my first couple of years, like I would always room with the same person on the road, but I think Langford and Jess have done a great job of, moving us around and getting to know everybody else on a more personal level, And I guess we're all going for the same goal. Like we all want to win at the end of the day, so.
As the quarterback of the team, Ket's idea of a good game isn't how many points she can put up, but instead how many assists she finishes the game with.
I think assists is a big part of my game. I mean, at the end of the day, that's kind of what I'm there to do, running the point guard. I am there to be a playmaker. It gives me a good indication of how I did in the game, and it kind of gives me some sort of satisfaction in, getting other people into the spots that they need to be. Like I drive down to the block and Fraj is there, she's going to sweep underneath the hoop to the other side so I can either score or pass it off to her. If Meg's at the high post, I drive at her, I know that she's going to back cut every single time. More often than not, I drive the baseline, I know someone's going to be in that corner ready to spot up for the three. I see Ozzy running the floor, I'm going to give her the ball 9 times out of 10 because I know she's the most athletic person in the league. So I guess you got to know who you're playing with, but at the same time, you got to know the defensive tendencies.
And true to form, Ket's favorite play in her clan career was one where she delivered a precision pass to Rachel Fragile that led to the game-winning play.
Last year in Anchorage, when we went over to Alaska and we upset Anchorage whilst they were the #1 team in the country at the time, I mean, it was just unreal when Frag got her and1 play and then put in the free throw to put us up by 1 with a few seconds to go. And honestly, everyone was just ecstatic. Like, I don't know if you saw the reactions on the bench with the video, but even Jess was going nuts, and I don't think I've ever seen Langford happier. It's just unreal.
With her career at SFU coming to an end, the Melbourne, Australia native has many people to thank for her time here.
It's interesting. I mean, I know they support me in everything that I do, but after games sometimes, I'll get a message from my mom and dad like, oh, do we bother watching this? Like, saw the stats, do I bother putting it on? I was like, probably not, mom and dad. But no, I think they're great. Definitely want to thank Langford for everything that he's done for me. And I think I owe him a lot. He kind of believed in me that I could get better, and here I am today, and I honestly couldn't thank him enough. Jess, I mean, she just does so much for the program and so much for everybody on the team. So I want to thank her. My teammates, they make it worthwhile. They make practice fun. They make everything fun. And all the people at the desk, I mean, they've become like a second family to me, and I know I can count on them whenever I need them.
Woke up, staring at this empty room. Looked at 1,000 different pictures that your mother took of you.
Mental illness is something anyone can suffer from.
It isn't a choice or a weakness, and you can't just snap out of it.
But with support, we can make each other better.
Check in and care for your friends, teammates, or colleagues, and be a good listener for them.
Ask them how they're doing and if you can do anything to help.
It begins the crucial first step of decreasing the stigma so that we can open up a conversation.
Educate yourself about mental health
and help break down the myths and stereotypes.
Together, we can shape the dialogue about mental health within our community.
Success is dependent upon drive and persistence. The secret to winning is having the extra energy to make another effort or try another approach. I am Addie Townsend, and I am ready for the new season.
When I arrived at SFU, I was ready to pursue my dream to become a physiotherapist, which all started back in high school with my passion for athletics. But then I took a health sciences course and discovered that at SFU you have choices, incredible choices. It opened my eyes to a world of possibilities in global health. Possibilities for my future I had never considered, but I really struggled with letting go of my first goal. And that's when I found out how much support you get here. Incredible support, so you can really explore all those choices, think them through, and choose the path that's right for you. Faculty and staff paved the way for me and helped me navigate my new path, and I've never looked back. At SFU, you're part of a real community. The faculty and staff know who you are, what your interests are, and they really go out of their way for you. Research projects, conferences, international studies, co-op positions, student leadership. At SFU, you get the best education you could possibly hope for and the most support you could possibly ask for. And now that I've graduated, I'm packing my bags for Oxford to start my master's degree. Here's my plan. I see a need for better bridges between ideas and action in global healthcare. And if I can help build those bridges, that would be a really fantastic thing to do. I'm ready, and if you put your mind to it, you'll be ready too.
One team,
400 athletes strong.
we sing not one,
but 2 national anthems.
We strive to always be better.
we put our heart into competition.
We pursue national championships and university degrees.
We care about our communities.
We are
Canada's NCAA team.
Canada's NCAA team.
Canada's NCAA team.
We are Canada's NCAA team.
Great leaders know their strengths and can call on the right strength at the right time. It's about setting an example to influence others so they can be better. I am Devin May, and I am ready for the new season.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
And back at the West, Jim Howard Sommer here at Clan TV. We're going to throw to Aaron Martin with our guest, SFU head coach Bruce Langford.
All right, Bruce, that first half saw the Nanooks really try to clog it up and kind of take away your guys' speed and spacing. How do you counteract that going into the second half?
I think we have to space our offense out a little bit better and not have our posts stand around in the lane so much.
You got some good contributions off the bench from Sophie Swan and Taylor Jackson. How important is that depth going to be going into the second half, especially with the kind of a low-scoring affair so far?
Well, I think it's important. I think the last few games our bench has been very good. 2 games ago they outscored the opposition 34-1. I think it was against Western, and they've outscored the opposition every game in the last while, so I think it's crucial.
So what adjustments do you need to make on offense just to make sure that you can kind of take this one home?
I think we just need to stay spaced on offense and move the ball a little better. You got to be able to, if we do that, we can get some penetration. And defensively, I think we're not far away. We just need to keep winning the board battle on the boards. And I'd like to say hi to anybody watching, and I appreciate your watching. And Petite in Calgary, thanks for the message. I appreciate messages during the game too.
All right, that was Bruce Langford, head coach of SFU women's basketball. with a couple of special shout-outs.
And we thank you, Aaron.
We'll get back to Howie.
Thank you, Aaron, for that. And head coach Langford, a shout out there to a former player, Marie-Lynn Petit, and hope she's enjoying the broadcast here on Clan TV. Coach Langford and Aaron talking about the spacing on the floor and really needing to get more of that Simon Fraser flow into this basketball game. We'll see if that happens here in the second half as both teams now on the floor getting ready in a 31-26 Simon Fraser lead. Low scoring, but potentially is it a tale of two halves? We'll see, as Simon Fraser wanting to push that record even higher. And as we say, Simon Fraser already locked in at number 3, but the key here, postseason momentum, how big can that be against two quality foes here in Fairbanks and, of course, the potentially undefeated Alaska Anchorage Seawolves, who are in Bellingham. And I heard they were leading Western Washington in that game. Alaska Anchorage 18-0, but the winners of 21 straight overall. What a juggernaut they have been. And Western Washington sitting there at 17-1. Carmen Dolfo's squad coming up here, beating the Clan both home and away this season. Simon Fraser there solidly, of course, in third place at 14-4, wanting to go to 15-4, and they would love to be 16-4 heading into the postseason, because that would mean a nice 3-game win streak and some real quality performances against the Alaska teams here. Ozzy Nabucco, Rachel Fradgley, Elisa Homer, Meg Wilson, and Ozzy Nabucco on the floor now to start this second half for the Simon Fraser Clan. Let's take a look at those West Region rankings. And the top 8, I believe, are going to the NCAA Division II National Tournament. Simon Fraser solidly in there right now at number 4. Alaska Anchorage leading the region, Cal Baptist, Western Washington, and the Clan. So 3 teams from the GNAC in the top 4. And that really shows you in this region the strength of women's D2 basketball is in the GNAC. Howard Samura, Zahid Valley Hassam, we're here to start the second half of play. And it'll be Simon Fraser basketball. Simon Fraser really not getting anything easy in that opening half of play. Here's Fradgley. She'll go cross court to Homer. Spacing on the floor, what can they do in terms of finding those lanes to the basket and creating openings? Here's Fradgley into a double team to Skip. Nice recovery defensively by Fairbanks. Kent to Fradgley on the move, 7 on the shot clock. Again, clogged up underneath, and our view obstructed here, but the whistle blowing, and the ball will stay with the Clan.
Shot there.
Sorry, Z, I'll bring your mic up.
Frazee was able to find Meg Wilson in the basket there, and she put one up that defended off.
That one going off the fingertips of Elisa Homer right into the Clan bench. So the turnover there, 28 seconds into the game. 31-26. I'm caught in the crossfire here, Z.
Yeah, Coach Langford asking you the turnover should go there too, and I thought that Homer should have come down with that pass. I don't think it was that errant of a pass.
Jumper there, squaring up and knocking it down, and losing my voice here, Jordan Wilson. Team's leading scorer knocking down the shot there, the Colorado native with a nice shot at the basket there. So 31-28, a one-possession lead here. Homer took a pop to the face, I think. She's going to shake it off. She shakes off the sub request from the bench from head coach Langford. Stays in there, 30 on the shot clock. New one for the Clan here as Wilson with the basketball. Ellen Kett driving on Mays, knocked away from her by Childers. And they're going to call Clan basketball. Oh, actually calling a foul on Childers. So here's Nabucco off the inbounds quickly to Wilson. Of course, there's a Jordan Wilson and a Meg Wilson, both key players on their teams. Handoff from Fradgley to Kett. Ellen pulls up, keeps the pivot, turns, and Nabucco recovers. In time to fill a spot on the floor and keep possession. Kett with a drive off the window, can't find the angle, and the rebound there gobbled up by Childers. Victoria Milton. Katie Schold takes the pass from the point guard and goes right to the basket, and wow.
Yeah, neither team being able to stretch the lead here at all. Like, you know, go up with a couple points here and there, but either team comes back and just ties it up or takes the lead. So not much separation going on here.
Well, Clan with a Ket answer, but just like that, Alaska right back down the floor with Jordan Wilson. And the 5'11" Wilson, the senior, scores the basketball there. So a 1-point lead here for Simon Fraser. Key for the Clan was going to be building on that late first half momentum, but Alaska Anchorage has come to play here tonight and really throwing many wrenches in the plans of the Clan offense. So subs now into the game. Sophie Swat, number 21. Taylor Jackson, number 12. Out of the game, Josie Nabucco and Rachel Fradgley. So a tough lineup in there right now with Jackson, Swant, and Wilson in the front court. Check that. Little bumping underneath the basket. Swant chases a loose ball, saves it right to Taylor Jackson. What great hustle, though. Oh, and look at that. Jackson pursuing a loose ball and absolutely accidental, but as she slides, takes out the legs of Kaylee Schold, who crashes to the floor. Schold was not expecting that. Ooh, and they're actually going to call tripping the player. As you see it there, and let's hope Kaylee Schold's okay. Taylor Jackson getting called for the foul. There's he.
Yeah, no, you know, it's a bit of an awkward situation there. The ball is coming down off the rebound, and neither team is able to secure the ball, and then Taylor Jackson, in her efforts to go after it, trips up the player.
And Schold is still trying to shake it off. She's checking her wrist. She's coming down the floor, and she's stretching her arms, making sure she can have full movement. It's interesting because Jackson is right there guarding, or she's guarding Taylor Jackson right away. And here's Taylor trying to get a loose ball, goes out of bounds. So some feeling in the game here right now. Here's Taylor off the inbounds.
Ket posting up right now.
Ellen Kitch, a right seat on the turnaround move, can't get it to go.
It's a bit of a design play. She rushed the inbound and was looking for the pass back, and she posted up at the point guard.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, just a do-it-all player. We talked about, you see her offensively, but then we also talked about her defense earlier, the 2 drawn charges, and Coach Langford always wanted a petition to have that stat on a box score because he says it. His girls have done it so many times over the years. He wants it as a trackable stat.
Wow, but there's a lead now for the Nanooks as Wilson, or Schold rather, wills that ball home. Sam Beauchamp will check in for the Clan at the next break here. But Wilson just willed that ball into the basket. Here's a jumper that's going to fall for Homer. A lot of bangs and bruises here. A lot of pops to the face here. Real physical game here at the West Gym, and the Clan with a 1-point lead, 35-34. We're almost at the midway mark of the third quarter. Here's Schold with the basketball. She'll drive against Taylor and knock her right to the floor.
And then I'll get Coach Langford out of his seat. Might have some comments here.
Wow, Taylor stood in there. We got to take a look at that as we see the Homer shot on Clan TV. Boy.
Yeah, it looked like she had good defensive position from where we are, but maybe the officials saw something a little bit different down there and comes up with the block call.
Well, Schold is playing with added passion, let's say, after that hard fall to the floor against Taylor Jackson, and those two established a bit of a GNAC rivalry here tonight. So the game tied now at 35 with 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Taylor took it a hard tumble to the floor there from Scholds. Looks like what she initiated will, on a replay, potentially see where her positioning was defensively. So the Clan now with the basketball, and they are trailing by 1 after leading at the half.
Yeah, they led by 5 at the half, and that was the largest lead of the game.
Largest lead of the game. Here's Homer, and Elisa starting to heat up. 2 baskets in a row for Homer. She knocks down the triple, and it's a 38-36 Clan lead. Here's Schold now, Beauchamp guarding her. Underneath, up and under move, and they are going to get the friendly roll from the basketball gods, Jordan Wilson. And it ties the game at 38. Here's Homer underneath the basket.
That was a tough call.
Wow. Well, that was a call
That was a
against
tough
Elisa
call,
Homer.
yeah, they're going to come with an offensive foul, and I don't know if I agree with that call.
Wow.
You might get a replay here, but
that was a tough
clearly
break
a blocking foul.
Well, you know what? That's a great look on the camera. If we could just see it one more time, Gabe, it would be great to just check that out. But back to live action anyway. Mays across court there to number 22 Carpenter. The shot goes up, and the rebound grabbed out of the sky by Sam Beauchamp. Here's Wilson. Drops. Swant with a 3-ball. Knocks it down! Sophie Swant with a big 3. 41-38 Clan lead. Sophie knocks it down from downtown. Jimenez now into the game at one of the guard spots. Carpenter to Wilson. And she's going to find Schold. Schold driving. Puts up a shot from a tough part there. Tough release point as she tries to score against Beauchamp in the post. Kent with a skip to Sam, and Beauchamp will lay it up and in. Great look again from Ellen in the low block. 4:12 remaining. Tia Sang will check into the game. There is a timeout on the floor, and may this be a media timeout?
Yeah, I think Alaska's called a timeout here, and that's going to push it to a media length timeout here.
So we'll keep it here on the timeout, and Clan dance team coming onto the floor, and we will. Thanks, Gabe. Hey, look
Ket
who we
family there. Yeah,
the Ket family. We can introduce them all. It's Mom Lucy, it's Dad Peter, Sister Beth, Aunt Brigitta, a good friend Anna, also Uncle Paul, and we should give them all a hand here. The Ket clan in from Australia to watch Ellen as part of her record-setting season in the GNAC. Great to see them atop Burnaby Mountain.
it's like Dad or Uncle there's picked up his SFU toque for the winter.
I think they raided the merch tent. They did a good job there, the Ket clan did, as they are here today in the West Gym, and good to see them. Simon Fraser now coming out of the timeout, and this is a real clutch moment in the game, Z. 43-38, 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
And relative to the way this game's gone, this is a big lead right now at 5 points. So see if the Clan can extend this lead here, as they have not led by more than 5 points.
So the biggest lead of the game, 5 points on 2 occasions, including now and halftime. We'll see what the Nanooks have in store offensively coming out of the timeout. They're going to go to Wilson. Turnaround move, and the block's not going to go. Kent with a rebound there, and Ellen now coming across half court. Quickly to Sang, back up top to Kent. Meg Wilson. Back to the general. Kent with a great look underneath. Sam can't get the angle underneath, and a tough break for Beauchamp. Well done by Schold underneath, though, for the Nanooks. Jimenez now with the basketball, tried to get it through, and it did not pass through Tia Sang, the rookie. Coming off the high screen, but they can't get the ball across to Jaylee Mays, and it goes out of bounds. They're going to call a media timeout now. And with that, we can once again talk about some of the sponsors and some of the people involved with Clan TV. And of course, we'll start with Nestor's Market, proud to be the official grocer of Simon Fraser University Athletics. They are your local grocery store offering the full selection of items, including gluten-free, all-natural, and organic, and much, much, much more. Big, big place, Nestor's Market. Visit them today at the Cornerstone. SFU softball is coming to Clan TV. The end of the basketball season means softball is just around the corner. And the SFU Clan softball team, their home opener is March the 3rd. You can catch all the action this season live on Clan TV. Also hope you'll visit us at varsityletters.ca Shameless plug here for my new website covering BC high school and university sports from a Simon Fraser perspective. A story freshly posted on Simon Fraser's sophomore forward, Sophie Swan, number 21. You've seen her play huge stretches in this game. She's coming on the floor right now. Read all about her inspiration at varsityletters.ca. We're back to live action now, and the ever-present, ever-dangerous Alaska Nanooks trailing by 5. Simon Fraser with the basketball. And I'm told we're going to be able to provide an update, we hope, from Western Washington's game with Anchorage. Simon Fraser breaking some half-court pressure here as Wilson comes across half-court. Great handle on the ball by Meg. She's going to take it all the way, and oh, Meg missing right at the rim. The look on Meg's face, just incredulous. Tough night for everybody trying to score the basketball in this place. She wanted to call, I think, but didn't get it there.
Yeah, and good consistency on the officials. We've had 2 going that way earlier, and we've had 2 now going this way. So at least the referees are consistent. And Coach Langford didn't have a word to say about that.
Carpenter puts up the jumper. That is going to go. Is it a 3-ball? I believe it was. And a big basket there for Lexi Carpenter. 43-41, 2-point game. And this Alaska pressure is causing Simon Fraser some headaches. There's Victoria Milton right in the grill of Meg Wilson. Batting the ball out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Clan. 21 on the shot clock.
This kind of has a feeling like one of those games is going to come down to like a final possession. I know it's premature, but I mean, just the way things have gone, we have not seen a lead more than 5 points and down to 2.
Oh my gosh, it's been a funny game. You're right about that, Steve. We'll see what happens here as the Clan with 10 on the shot clock and Dryden at the point right now. Taylor to Sophie Swan. She's hit a 3-ball tonight. Shot clock's down to 4. They're going to go across court to Wilson, who has to hoist it. And Wilson off the back iron. Can they recycle? Sam Beauchamp in her fingertips. But it's taken away by Schold, and here come the Nanooks. Kaylee Schold, face up against Beauchamp. Oh, and Sam with a huge block there. Sam Beauchamp, huge on defense for the Clan. Here comes Dryden, numbers for Clan. They're going to move it. Wilson with an open 3-ball. She's going to hit it. The big triple from Meg Wilson.
And that was a huge 3, her first of the game. And we've seen her take more and more as the season's come along. But that was a huge one. And she has been bringing up the ball and knocking down a 3, playing the point guard spot, the versatile Meg Wilson.
The entry down low. Great play there. And they'll get the N1 opportunity underneath. Ooh, did we have some extra stuff going on there? It's getting extremely passionate, extremely physical down in the low block right now, and Wilson is gonna step up to the free throw line here. And we may well cut into the broadcast, and we're gonna get a technical foul here. I believe, was it Sophie Swansea that got the technical? Sophie underneath, getting the technical foul, and Schold is going to step up. We will cut in, I'm told by my producer-engineer, Gabe Lynn, we'll do a cut-in to the Western Washington Alaska Anchorage game, which is tied at 54 with 13 seconds left. So for our viewers here along the Clan TV network, a peek down the road to Bellingham. So what an opportunity for Carmen Dolfo's team as Wilson steps up and makes some makes the technical free throws. For this Western Washington team to snap the win streak of Anchorage. But we'll see what happens there as we say tied, and here we go with 5 seconds left in the game. The game is tied 54-54, and apologies for some of the picture quality here, but they are going to overtime, I'm told. So we will, at Whatcom Community College, home of the Orcas, of course, and back to our live replay in the first cut-in in Clan TV history, thanks to Gabe Lynn, our producer-engineer. Happy to bring you the end of that game. And a very interesting one down the way, Z, going to overtime in Bellingham.
Wow, that's, I mean, the top 2 teams in the league. That must be a great game down there.
Well,
at Whatcom,
it was 54-54. Is that possible after 4 quarters? I could have sworn that's what I saw. Underneath the basket is Sam, and she can't score it. She couldn't believe how open she was. Nabucco gets a loose ball right to Beauchamp. And Sam will settle it to Kent, right to G for three! Vanessa G with a big triple.
And the Clan are coming up big when they need them. That was a huge three. She was waiting there, had all day to shoot that one in the corner, and knocks it down. A beautiful pass from guess who?
Ellen Kent with
her
a great
sixth
pass.
assist. Yeah.
Yeah, and Vanessa G, great to see her coming off the bench and being productive offensively. She's made some shots here tonight for the Clan. 49-46, 1 minute left in the third quarter of play. Scholl with the basketball back up top. They're going to go to Carpenter to Milton, working off the Wilson screen. Victoria Milton. Oh, and look at Milton getting right in there. She does a terrific job of getting in there. So Milton doesn't give up on the play, gets her hands in there on an unprotected basketball. They're going to call the alternating possession in favor of the Nanooks on this play. Milton now with the basketball. This is an especially physical basketball game. Here's a drive. Scholl is fouled on her way to the basket, and I believe it's going to be Ozzy Nabucco.
It will be Nabucco, and Fairbanks able to keep that possession alive. I'm not sure if, as I recall, it looks like Milton had to wrap herself around, I believe it was Beauchamp, to get that ball and force the jump. But, you know, I think that might have been a missed foul opportunity there. And Fairbanks, the beneficiary of that arrow, able to get that possession back and, you know, go to the line here.
I know what you're saying, Z. They get the break there, they get the ball, and they get to the free throw line. And late in this third quarter of play, now a 2-point basketball game. The visitors trailing, trying to cut it to 1, and they're going to do just that with Scholl's work from the stripe. Walmsley, number 44, checking into the game. Marion Walmsley, the sophomore out of Valdez, Alaska. Here's Sam, the inbounds quickly to Kent. Pressure, full court. Clan get it to Wilson. They break it. They go down to Beauchamp. She'll kick it back up to Kent. Kent with the basketball. On a string to G for three, and right over the goal by Vanessa. It's going to go off of Carpenter, they're going to say, and the ball will be Simon Fraser's. So Kent will inbound here with 7 on the shot clock, 12.9 left in the third quarter. Homer in for obvious shooting purposes, one of the best shooters in Division II basketball now in the game for Simon Fraser. Here's Homer, she catch and shoot, and right off the front of the rim, too bad. Here's Wilson, too strong on the follow with 6 seconds left.
The referees are going to stop play here. It's like
Milton and Kent?
Yeah, they got into it there, and the referee stopped play to make sure everyone's okay. And Homer's going to check out of this game here as both teams make subs, trying to keep their players who might be in foul trouble out of foul trouble, and you know anything can happen here in 5.4.
Scholl back into the game quickly to Milton. Milton is going to look for her. No, the ball off her foot. They can't reach it, and that's going to do it for the third quarter of play.
No, we're going to have a foul call here at the buzzer.
Well, I got a feeling
and that's not going to be a...
Are you sure about that, Z? I thought...
He raised his fist, which signals for a foul, but...
Well, they certainly are chatting it over. I'm not too sure. They're soon going to be surrounded by the SFU dance team.
It looks like that will be the end of the quarter.
That will be the end of the quarter.
Time may have expired before the foul occurred.
Okay, we're going to send you now to Bellingham, where GNAC TV brings you the overtime of Western Washington and Alaska Anchorage, 57-56 Anchorage. I'm not sure. I'll ask Gabe Lind. Do they have audio? Okay, so we're going to be able to talk over the sea and see what happens here. But Western Washington just underway in overtime.
Yeah, it's like 3 minutes to go there in overtime.
And look at how low scoring that game is. Wow. In overtime, it's a 57-56 game. Stands packed. Of course, as we mentioned, Anchorage wearing the green coming into this game with an 18-0 record in the GNAC, but winners of 21 straight basketball games, and clearly one of the powers of NCAA Division II women's hoops. But what a job Western Washington has done. They've got a 1-point lead here.
And this is the toughest test for Anchorage, and I'm sure the coaching staff up there likes it, because going into the playoffs, you want to have your two toughest games, and playing the second and third place teams back to back.
Well, you know what? Gabe Lynn, our producer, is going to send us back to a center court action. And you know what, Z? 57-56. I venture that final score is going to be 60-59.
Yeah, it's going to be probably one.
So we'll bring you the final score, and our thanks to Gabe for that cut in to Bellingham. There's Ozzy underneath the basket, unopposed, and knocks down the short jumper for the 3-point lead. Milton and Kett, they have been foes the entire way here. Kett affects it. She forces the turnover and gets it right back. And they go to Nabucco underneath the basket. Great dish from Ozzy. Off the window, Meg Wilson.
That was a great tic-tac-toe play, and I wish you could give it a second assist, because Kett started that whole thing there.
That's a great point, Z, in terms of getting in the grill of Victoria Milton and forcing that turnover. Here's Schold and Ellen trying to defend two players at the same time. Far corner, Wilson kicks it back out to Milton. Shot clock's down to 6 here for Victoria Milton. Kett will not relent on the baseline. Number 5's great defense underneath, and Ellen Kett wins another battle. And here she comes, coming back up the floor. Kett to Tia Sang. Get it back. Kett's going to drive it. Dish underneath to Beauchamp. Symmetry lacking there as they try to find some rhythm. Here's Sang kicking it back out to Wilson for 3. Meg off the mark there. They'll chase it down. Will Sam Beauchamp with a new shot clock. Ozzy will save it. Here's Sang. Off the window. Can't get it. Tia had the shot she wanted.
Yeah, she had that little short jumper. Wanted to use the backboard, and unfortunately wasn't able to get that one to bounce in off the backboard.
Down to 8:15 left in this game. A 5-point Clan lead in Alaska with the basketball. Here's Schold driving on Beauchamp. Sam with a great job using her length, avoiding taking a foul and stopping one of the dangerous players on this Alaska team. Here's Sang in transition.
It was a beautiful find by Kett again. Just amazing, the passes that she makes and the crispness, and just, oh man, just a pleasure to watch out there.
They'll kick it back up, and the jumper there from Carpenter is going to rip the mesh. So Lexi Carpenter showing the nice touch there, a much needed basket. From a Fairbanks perspective, they make it a 4-point game here, 7:31 remaining. Here's Wilson, crossover move, and the paint goes right to the rim and can't finish.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. The Clan would have liked that one to push it to a 6-point lead, but coming back the other way, other than Nanooks, and they're going to get a baseline inbound here on the out-of-bounds play.
Ooh, Walmsley really took a, wasn't looking, but really hit Wilson hard as Wilson was coming off the floor. Well, it's been that kind of a physical night in Alaska, scoring down low. They're getting gritty points. I believe that was Jimenez. View obstructed, but a basket nonetheless for Fairbanks. Here's Kett racing down the floor against Mays. She'll get it up top to Fradgley. Kett's going to put up the 3-ball. Off the front iron, Fradgley can't get the finish. Wilson and then Fradgley following at the basket with great opportunities in a 2-point game, and those hurt from a Clan perspective.
Yeah, the Clan just struggling here to get those ones to go, and they're getting good looks, and Kett's doing a great job on the perimeter finding open looks, but the front court of the Clan.
Gotta score the basketball, ladies. Here is Kett now. Under 7 minutes remaining. Let's take a handoff from Frage and go cross court. Homer drives, dispossessed of the basketball now. And here comes Jimenez. Wilson on the side to Mays. The 3-ball is going to fall through for Jaylee Mays.
Wow.
So here come the Nanooks with a 1-point lead with 6:22 remaining.
This is where the seniors really got to step up for this Clan squad, take that leadership role in hand. And
well, when an offensive foul is called against Ellen Kett, she plays, I mean, she's just, all she's doing is playing all 40 minutes. It's just, so here they come, the Nanooks off the offensive foul, and Jaylee Mays with a 3-ball off the back iron. Clan needed that rebound, shoaled off the window, and here come the Nanooks with a 3-point lead.
Yeah, they're picking up defensive pressure here, making it a little bit more difficult for the Clan to get into their offensive set.
Sam Beauchamp to Fradgley from 15. Rachel off the mark there off the front of the iron.
And the Clan got to look at getting better looks than that. You can't settle for that jumper that early in the shot clock. You really got to set things up, let plays develop, and get a look underneath if you're going to have success in this game.
And of course, that a trademark. Great defensive wall from Beauchamp, and Fradgley causes the travel and the turnover. So Simon Fraser ball as Wilson and Sang check in. G and Beauchamp checking out of the game. And look at a replay here on Clan TV as you see that big wall come up. They caused the travel. And I've been especially impressed with Sam Beauchamp in this game. Defensively, just position-wise and the poise she's showing and avoiding fouls and being a defensive presence is great to see the progress of the Holy Cross player. Here is Kett with the basketball now, double team. She'll get it back up top to Tia. They'll enter down to Rachel Fradgley, turn around from 12, and they finally get a roll.
Yeah, they're lucky. They had the same look the last time on the floor, but I'd still like to see them get some easy layups underneath, and I think they can have some success with that if they just let things develop a little bit more.
You're right. You're right about that, Z. They are known for that and haven't seen a lot of that kind of patient ball movement tonight. Here's Kett backing down her check, going to Fradgley, and now loading up the 3-ball off the mark. Fradgley with a big tip, but Schold is so talented, finding a way to squeeze that basketball. And Jimenez now wide open lane. She's going to kick it. They'll go back up top to Schold. Here's Wilson firing from the elbow and knocking it down. Shooters, you know it, 23 and 32 are shooters. Schold and Wilson, the offensive heart and soul of this team. And Simon Fraser unraveling a bit here.
I'm going to throw a stat at you here, Howard. The Clan have not gone to the free throw line all night. So that shows you what kind of shots that they're getting.
Why have I not noticed that? Oh my gosh.
They're 0 for 0 from the free throw line and not made a trip. So they really need to attack the basket in this game and try and draw those fouls and get to the line.
Amazing stat. Amazing stat.
Conversely, the Nanooks, 9 of 9.
You look at what...
and they've only committed 6 fouls. Have Alaska and Clan have been whistled 12 times, including 4 on Sophie Swans.
Well, Z, you bring up some great numbers there and how they mishmash in the efficiency computer, and you can really tell that Alaska brought their game with them from the land of the midnight sun down here. They've done a great job from the outset. And take a look at this overtime as we do a cut-in with our producer, Gabe Lynn. 63-59 with 20 seconds left.
Wow, it looks like Western Washington can hold on here. That's going to be a pretty big upset there, and I'm not sure.
Well, it's a 2-possession lead with 20 seconds left.
Alaska's got to go here.
There's a jumper from the Seawolves.
Oh, wow.
It's going to go, and they're going to hit that shot. It's a 1-point game. It's a 63-62 for Western with 12 seconds left. And back to our live action. Gabe Lynn, thanks for the cutting down from the fine folks in Bellingham, on the verge of a huge upset there if they can hold on. Back atop Burnaby Mountain, 60-57. Clan in a pickle with 4 minutes left, and a jump shot there put up by Wilson. Fradge with the rebound to Taylor Dryman. Sang driving baseline quickly to Wilson, back up top, Dryman for 3. Bingo! Huge triple! Taylor Dryman knocks down the big 3. 60-60 the score here. pure freshmen on the floor right now for Simon Fraser in Dryden and Sang. Jimenez blocked by Wilson. Both Wilsons down on the floor. Fairbanks is going to win it. And the jumper is not going to go there for Lexi Carpenter. So excitement in Bellingham, but also excitement here in atop Burnaby Mountain. Look on that Clan TV replay, loading it up and knocking it down, Taylor Dryden. Wilson battling the pressure of Mays. Great defense in the pressure sense from Alaska Fairbanks.
The other officials got to come in and help on this call, but
so 60-60, and we're going to get a replay here, I believe, on Clan TV. And the coach is protesting here, but Simon Fraser basketball. Fragilely scrambles to protect it. She gets it back. Dryden now with the basketball. 3 minutes left in the game. 60-60 the score. Here's Taylor. She's going to go to Homer. Wants the three. High arcing jumper is not. Is going to roll! Elisa with the big triple!
and I got the friendly West Gym bounce for that one to go in, but that's a huge shot. The Clan break that 60-60 tie with a triple. Just under 3 minutes to go here.
Wow. Elisa, not a lot of room to load up there. High arcer, and the basketball gods on her side as Homer knocks down the big shot there. Mays to Scholl. Big step through the paint for Kaylee, and she's going to lay it up and in. And just to let you know, Z, they're going to double overtime in Bellingham.
Oh, wow.
Double overtime, Western Washington, Alaska Anchorage. What a basketball game going down there. We've got a great one here as well.
Unreal. That's, I think that when we cut out, there was less than 20 seconds left in a one-point game, and I guess with the free throws at the end and the foul situation, and somehow it ends up going to double.
Double OT. Thanks to Gabe Lynn for that update. So 63-62 our score here. Here's Kent driving, skipping underneath. What a great dish from Ellen, and Frage with the layup.
That was great. Both defenders went to Ellen thinking that she was going to lay that one up and try and challenge that, but she was just able to sneak that pass around to a wide open Frage there.
So Fragilely with a big basket there, 65-63, the one possession lead. 2 minutes remaining in this basketball game. At this time of the year, it does not matter how you win them, just win them. And they are scrapping for a loose ball there. They'll call it jump ball.
Looks like Fairbanks is going to keep possession here with 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Victoria Milton will check in, number one, the point guard, the starter back into the game for Jimenez. Here comes Ozzy Nabucco. Ozzy in for Taylor Dryden, and Taylor, what a shift for number three. That was a big triple.
I have a feeling we're going to see a lob here to Ozzy if I could predict what I might think could happen here.
Oh no, Kat got called for the foul there, it looks like. And you heard the reaction of Bruce Langford, her third foul of the game.
And that's a tough one because that resets the shot clock at 30 when they had 7 on the previous inbound.
Wow, wow, you're right about that. See, here we go to Scholl now, that new fresh shot clock. Scholl driving, tough angle off the window, can't get it. Frage with the rebound quickly to Ket. And a timeout being called by Simon Fraser. They're going to bring Dryden in after the timeout, but we'll keep it here in a one-possession game. And I think Gabe Lynn had let us know we were premature on the second overtime call. There was, it is now in double overtime. Okay, we are well into double overtime. So just to make sure we had that correct for you, as we do cut-ins here, keeping our eyes on the breaking news situation down in Bellingham. Here we go. Gabe's going to cut us in again. As 64-64. Wow. And look at this score here, 65-62 with 1:39 left in the fourth.
And we're in regulation here. Played in overtime already.
Both these games following a similar script as Western Washington with the basketball. And a quick cut in there just to give you the flavor of what's happening down in Bellingham with a big basketball game there tonight between two GNAC superpowers. This time the foul committed by Fairbanks. So Jordan Wilson will commit the foul there, her second of the game. Simon Fraser basketball. Lobbing it down to Ken, and she is tackled underneath by Mays. And Ellen.
It's a nicely set up play, though. And
I wonder if her family is accustomed to this physical of play in Australia when Ellen's playing versus now. I don't know how they would compare it, but
yeah, Mom didn't look like she got too anxious there with the contact, but Dad's taking a deep breath there.
The dad would rock in the Clan Toque indoors. The spring on the way, I like it. So Ket now for the second free throw. Knocks it down. Ket doing a great job here. 67-62, a 5-point lead, 93 seconds left. Scholl with the basketball. Up top to Mays. Ooh, and Mays lowers the shoulder. That's got to be an offensive foul. Indeed it is. And Elisa Homer standing in there. The big turnover courtesy of the former Handsworth Royal out of North Vancouver.
I'll tell you what, I think we've seen 6 or so offensive foul calls in this game, and you don't really see that many. And looks like Fairbanks is going to start fouling early here and make this a free throw shooting contest. That's their 4th, so one more, and they'll Clan will go to the line.
So 4 fouls called against the Nanooks. Here's the inbounds to Dryden. Quickly to Wilson coming across half court. Taylor Dryden, the freshman, Clan's point guard of the future. Here is Homer with a skip to Dryden.
Clan trying to maximize the shot clock here.
It's down to 7 now for Ket. She turns the corner, working as she goes to the window for the layup. Ellen Ket with a big basket Z. 67-62. So a timeout called here, I believe.
Yeah, Fairbanks has called a timeout, and they're going to advance the ball into the front court.
Now, is the score correct at 67-62? It is, right?
I have it at 69.
Yeah, I just thought it was slow changing, and I just wondered. I thought it was a 5-point lead before Ket scored the basket. So we'll have Z check on that, but Simon Fraser doing what they need. They need that basket. We'll do a cut-in again. Western with a 2-point lead. That's the game for this cut-in. There's a jumper put up by the Seawolves that's going to go. So I believe this game now tied at 68 in overtime. Just underway. And indeed, they have put those 2 points up. 69-62 is the score here back atop Burnaby Mountain. So it's a 7-point lead. And as Z mentioned, the Nanooks will advance the ball into the front court as they come out of this timeout. Underneath the basket there on our cut-in. Great opportunity there for Western. They don't cash in. Underneath the gain, and they score. So Western, as we cut back to Burnaby Mountain with a 70-68 lead, they are there with Anchorage basket for basket. Fairbanks, new shot clock, 54 seconds left, trailing by 7 points in this basketball game. Mays with the basketball. Milton now. Nabucco guarding her. They'll go to Mays for 3, and she's going to knock down a triple. Jaylee Mays with a huge shot. And they quickly foul. So a 4-point lead here as we get into the bonus. Jaylee Mays, what a clutch shot that was for the Nanooks. And it's not like, I don't know that they've called on her that many times to take shots, but they looked for her there, fed her the ball, and she just knocked down a big shot. Ellen doing her thing.
And the Clan here making their 4th trip to the free throw.
I was just going to say, yes, you brought up that great stat of no trips, and you just don't expect a team not to have a trip that late in the game. Ket's 1 of 2. So this makes it a 5-point game. Another timeout on the floor. Of course, Anchorage coming to town, don't want to say there's going to be any luster lost, but when you come in with a perfect record versus if you do happen to lose in double overtime to Western Washington, what is the mood going to be like Saturday? It's going to be a fun night, and of course, the next home game is the Pink game. It's at 5:15, as Gabe is showing you there on the screen. Saturday, the final day of the GNAC season, and it's going to be the seniors night for both Clan men's and women's basketball teams. So join us in the West Gym, beginning with the women's game at 5:15. The men at 7:30 will celebrate and honor the seniors who will be playing their final home games of their careers. Saturday, also the women's basketball team's annual Pink game. So wear the color, and hope you join us in raising money for breast cancer research.
And the Clan here, got to have a good defensive series here, and I saw a nice three-pointer on the last series by Fairbanks. So
see what happens here. Yeah, exactly. Fairbanks advancing the ball here, and Scholl is going to pass to Mays again for three. She's going to knock down another one. And here comes the pressure as they grab Wilson's jersey. But if their plan was to hit big shots and foul immediately, they couldn't do any better than they're doing right now.
Yeah, you know, the coach had a strategy in place, and it's playing out to perfection thus far, as Meg Wilson is going to go to the line here. But I tell you what, they got to get a hand up on Mays and defender. She's hit 2 3-pointers here. Look at the spacing. She was well behind the arc on that one, and Meg Wilson misses the free throw here. So
at best it's a 3-point lead here. So big shot here for Wilson. She's going to rattle that one home. 71-68, 38.5. Ultra dangerous situation here for the club. Milton stumbles though and somehow gets the ball to Scholl. Kaylee to Mays again for three. Oh, this time off the back iron, but a big rebound. Again, the three. Oh, they're going to say the three-pointer was fouled.
Yeah,
are they going to call Homer?
A 3 or a 2 here.
I think they're going to call 3 from there. Wow, so the foul called on Elisa Homer. Mays in a three-point shooting fest. They kept feeding her the ball.
Yeah, they were able to get that offensive rebound and give her another look, and unfortunately Homer with an aggressive challenge there and picks up the foul.
I'm not sure if we got a clean replay of that one, but certainly would love to see it if it's there. That's going to rattle home the potential here for Mays to tie the game with 2 more made free throws and 23.7 seconds left.
Mays, an 84% shooter, 27 of 32 on the season.
Oh, you look at her form, Z. I mean, she is, you can tell she's a free throw gym rat. She's loading it up like a sack of potatoes on her shoulder, and she's just knocking them down. She's going to tie the score at 71. And so the Clan have given up 3 3-point plays to Mays, to 1 play.
And 1 by the foul. But we've got a tie game here with 23.7 seconds. The Clan will advance the ball in the timeout, and they'll inbound in front of their own bench. Both teams in the bonus situation.
Let's take a look at this replay. Trying to see Elisa's hand.
Yeah, she got her there on the wrist there. You can see her arm just jerk back on that, so it definitely was a foul.
So a good call there by the officials. It's up to the Clan to try and make up for the miss. 23.7 seconds left. And Wilson's going to inbound the basketball. Homer Drynan fragilely and kept with the basketball. Ellen back to Meg. 20 seconds remaining in the game. It's all tied at 71. The handoff to Ket. Ellen, 14 seconds left. The Clan spacing the floor here. They've got 3-point shooters and power players inside. It's Ket lobbing to Wilson. Meg's one bounce off the window, and it goes! It goes for the Clan! Meg Wilson, huge off the back iron for Simon Fraser. And that's gonna do it. It's a victory for Simon Fraser.
Wow.
That ball hung just
up there.
Hung there.
So long. It was like someone must have blown on it from the stands to usher that one in. That was unreal.
Wow, what an absolutely incredible finish. And Meg Wilson, what a play that was.
Senior to senior, you gotta love it.
That's a great point, too, Z. I just cannot believe. I thought that ball was just going to stop and sit on that iron, and I don't know what they would have done in that position. But what an incredible finish it was here for the Simon Fraser clan. They've got one more game remaining. Unfortunately, we don't know if Anchorage is going to be undefeated or not.
See if our
okay, let's take a look at this. With 11 seconds left, Anchorage with a 75-72 lead. Western Washington with the ball. And they are down. The jumper is no good, and the game is over. Anchorage with a 75-72 win in double overtime. So they will come to Burnaby Mountain undefeated on Saturday to face this Simon Fraser Clan basketball team. What a finish down in Bellingham, but what a finish here. An amazing finish as Meg Wilson with that nice bounce to steady herself and the shot off the glass rolling through with under a second remaining. Simon Fraser 73, Alaska Fairbanks 71. That'll do it from Burnaby Mountain. For Steve Frost, for Zahid Valley Hassam, for Gabe Lynn, and for Aaron Martin. Our thanks to everybody here, the camera crew as well. Howard Samura for Clan TV, and we'll be back with you 5 o'clock Saturday for Simon Fraser and Alaska Anchorage.